recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. I see a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So let's get ready to get back into it. All right, everyone, get those likes up. Please like and share. Y'all know they have the Queen Shadow Band. Okay, so let's see who's in here. And first of all, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also, for those of you already subscribed, please make sure you double check to make sure that you still are subscribed. All right, so let's get black into it. Internet Goulash, Kjima is here, Buckhorse DC, Cherokee Descendant Dale, Nessie X, Aeon is here. Shout out to my moderators, putting in work. Bronze Flat Power God, a Sad 10 is here. Queen Amoni Huey, Nandy, Darnell. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. I see you, Internet Goulash. Edward is here. All right. Pensy Lola. Felicia. That Crazy Beast Aries. All right. Hey, beloved. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I see you, Stacy. Danielle is here. All right. So shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Let's get into it. Hey, Deneen. Black women stand up. Alex. Okay. So listen, as soon as I got off the first live, I saw that Rickey Smiley rushed to the internet to explain and to respond to what Katt Williams had said. And I found it also interesting because not only did he explain, he called for backup. I just want y'all to pay attention. He called for backup. He got some man on the phone. He said it was his former manager, I think it was, and he got him to co-sign it. Now, all this man did was make Katt look better as far as I was concerned. He was praising Katt, saying that Katt blew it out of the park and all of this. So, I mean, just imagine you calling someone to verify your talking points, but they rather verify the other person's talking points that you're in fact going against. I find it all so nefarious. Okay, so let's get into it. Because I'm going to play this. Aeon said she can't stand Rickey. Okay, I see, okay, Jimmy said he rushed in one of his dresses. So let's get into it because first things first, I'm going to play the clip from Shannon's interview with Rickey that Katt was in fact talking about. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Everyone, please get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Hey, Ramses. Ramses said he finally caught a live. Ramsey, sit down somewhere. You ain't been looking for the Queen's lives with your nefarious self. You abandoned ship. Get out of here, Ramses. Okay, so here we go. Hold on just a second. Okay, let me get it started.
Oh, like in 4 days.
Right.
They shot all my stuff in 4 days. I went back to Birmingham, came back out because they changed the ending. Did you know that?
Right. No, I didn't.
No, you know the ending where they got to fighting or whatever. The ending was me giving out, Santa Claus giving out presents to his kids.
Right.
So the test audience didn't like the way it ended, so they changed the ending.
Right.
So I had to come back. The scariest thing was I did my role like in.
Okay, now y'all heard that. All right, Ramsey said you've been busy working. I know it, beloved. You know I'm just messing with you. Okay, so now he just said that they filmed his part in 4 days, and then he had to go back to Birmingham or something like that, right? Okay, so now I'm going to play what Katt said, and then we're going to go to Rickey trying to ninja splain. He was clearly ninja splaining this morning. Please pay attention. Now, here's what Katt said on Shannon's show.
You let Rickey Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday after next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike. And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Rickey Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Rickey Smiley can't act because Rickey Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one... Why no... He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he... What? So Rickey Smiley knows this. I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Rickey Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Rickey Smiley was going to play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Rickey Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm going to be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steven Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie. So that he knows is a lie.
So why would...
First of all, let's just keep it a buck. Now, Rickey Smiley knows good and darn well he couldn't have played a pimp. Please have several seats. Okay? And that Santa Claus role was less than lackluster. Just my assessment. But anyway, I digress. Now I'm going to play. Hold on. Let me see where this stopped at. Okay, so now I'm going to play what Rickey Smiley had to say when he came on this morning. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's get into it. Here it is right here. And like I told you, he had some guy that he called on the phone, some Brad, and had him co-sign it. I don't know if it was his handler or what. He says it was his former manager, I think. Pay attention.
All right, y'all, Rick's Friday Morning Show. Hey, listen, first of all, good morning, and thank y'all for this. Thank y'all for this opportunity, Rick's Friday Morning Show. Let's just get into this, the whole internet going crazy. Comments that Katt Williams made. Whatever, I can't speak on behalf of the other comedians, but the only thing I can speak for is myself. Katt made some comments on Shannon Sharp's show about when I was on Shannon Sharp was telling him the story of some of the behind the scenes from Friday After Next. Let's start with that. When I went out there, let's just go back. In 2000, I was the host of BET Comic View and in the season 2004. I also worked on this show called Live from LA. That was my first job with BET. And that's where I met Ice Cube, if I'm not mistaken. And Ice Cube was like, hey man, I like your work. I want to do some stuff with you. I want to put you in some movies. And Ice Cube started putting me in movies, which really helped my career. I was in All About the Benjamins, of course, when they changed the ending of it, that part didn't make any sense. But then he put me in Friday After Next. And vacation, I went out to audition for Friday After Next as Money Mike, not the Santa Claus. And that is the honest God truth. I had no reason to go on there and
listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99 a month for a music app and $12.99 for a fitness app and more.
To go on Shannon Sharp's show and lie about any of that, Ma, that's what I auditioned for. Was Money Mike, and I guess the producers, Cube and everybody saw something different. And I think that Money Mike character, Special K, was going to come off as kind of like
just one of a guy who was hanging around in the strip mall who was just kind of being annoying, and almost like a crackhead type of character that was
right. So Katt, I guess when Katt Williams did it, they added the whole pimp twist to that character, which was actually a better decision and made it funnier. Cause ain't no way in the hell I could have executed that role like that. And I'm glad that they made that decision and they put me in a Santa Claus role, which was actually perfect. So when I got back to LA, they said, hey, your role has changed. You're going to be the Santa Claus. And here's the Santa Claus suit. Put it on, and here's your lines. Sat in the trailer, went over the line.
Hold on, let me say this, beloveds. Abria said this seems like a distraction. I saw you said that earlier. Well, I mean, it could be for people who are easily distracted. But at the end of the day, I don't see how it was purposely put out for a distraction, beloved, because they couldn't have known this video that this interview was going to go viral. There's no way they could have known that. And they couldn't have known what Katt Williams was going to say. It just happened to be an explosive interview. And like I always tell you all, beloveds, it's only a distraction for people who get distracted, for people who allow themselves to get distracted. You see, the first thing I talked about today was Jeffrey Epstein's list. Okay? That's the first thing I talked about today was Epstein's list. Okay? So it clearly wasn't a distraction for me. Now, some people are easily distracted. They can't focus on more than one thing at once. Okay, they can't multitask and they can't think of a myriad of things and focus on something specifically, when something else comes along. So it could be a distraction for some people, beloved, but you have to be paying attention, honey. Because if you're paying attention, you won't be distracted because they can never distract me. I don't care what they put out. I'm always paying attention. Please pay attention. All right, here we go. Ramsey said it's all unscripted, Unc don't do scripted shows. Exactly. Yeah, there's no way they could have known what Katt was going to come on there and say. There's no way they could have known it was going to go viral. It's just no way.
Went over my stuff with Cube, and the rest is history. Had no reason. I just want to clarify that. Had no reason to lie about that. As a matter of fact, my manager at the time, Gary Abdo, who is still one of my best friends, who also helped start my career, and he's the owner of the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Atlanta. We got him on the phone. Just to clarify, Gary Abdo.
Now I want y'all to pay attention. Not only did he say this man's going to clarify, he's bringing him on just for confirmation or clarification, and then he proceeds to give us the man's credentials. He gives us his credentials. He owns the comedy club in Atlanta. Who cares? But he wants us to know that this man's legit. You can believe what he says. At the end of the day, I want y'all to pay attention because all this man did is make Katt look good, not Rickey. Okay?
Good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm good, man. Just for clarification, you was my manager at the time. We went to LA together for the audition. Cube wanted to see us. What is your version?
Yeah, well, we're old, and that was 23 years ago. So, our memories are what our memories are. You went out, you auditioned, they wanted you to play Money Mike. That was the sides that they had sent. The sides are the portion of the script for the part they want you to play. Those were the sides they sent. That was the audition you did. They said, great, we want you to play this role. My recollection is you had to go back and read for the execs from the studio one final time. And the night before that, we got different sides and they said, no, we want you to play this role. And we didn't understand it.
Now pay attention. He said that they didn't understand it because the very night before, they all of a sudden had a whole new role for Rickey to play. He says we didn't understand it. Now here's why he got the whole new role.
We really were under the impression, well, you had the role as Money Mike, but then all of a sudden they switched it up. Now we understand why. Katt came in, blew them away. He's an incredible performer. That was probably one of the most iconic breakout parts in movie history. I mean, that was literally Katt's first movie. Friday was not Chris Tucker's first movie. Next Friday was not Mike Epps' first movie. For that to have been Katt Williams' first movie, and he exploded. I mean, that literally made him an iconic touring comedian, one of the biggest to do it in this generation. And, the rest, as they say, was history. But, yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Now I want y'all to pay attention. Now, this man used to be Rickey's manager. And he said that Katt's one of the greatest to ever do it in comic history. I'm sorry, say what? Please know who you're calling for backup and what they're going to say beforehand. I mean, it would behoove you to do so. This is all nefarious. This is all nefarious. How do you call someone to verify your story, but they verify the other person's story instead? This is all hilarious. Okay, now he did say that, in fact, Rickey did get offered the part of Money Mike, but it just goes to show that he obviously wasn't good enough. His performance had to be less than lackluster. Okay? Because at the end of the day, Katt Williams ended up with it. But hold on, because let's hear, well, first of all, let's see what Kevin Hart had to say, because Kevin posted a tweet responding with his silly little self. Okay, here's what he said. Gotta get that anger up out of champ. Gotta get that anger up out your champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on at Netflix in 8 days. There is a moment in the trailer where at Gug Batharo says, they really love you. I now know she's talking about Katt. Mark your calendars, world. This one is special. Kevin, you're special, okay? You're special. If you really want to know, I just think Kevin Hart's nothing but a little liar and does a myriad of nefarious things and then gets mad when people expose him. Now, that's just my take on Kevin Hart. At the end of the day, whatever he just said, it's not funny, okay? Kevin's not funny to me. Now, he may have used to been a little funny, but now, no, he's watered down, okay? He's clearly sold himself out, in my opinion. And he's not funny at all. And he should have just not said anything, because that wasn't even funny, if that's what he was trying to be. And clearly he was, because he had all the little laughing, crying emojis, okay? Yes, it was whack, okay? It absolutely was. Christopher said he's goofy. I agree. But hold on. Now let's talk about Cedric. Then we'll get into Steve Harvey. Okay, so let me see which one it is. Okay, so they posted Cedric telling a joke that they say he stole from that show, Designing Women. This is all so crazy. Hold on. Now, first I'm going to play Katt talking about him on the show, or in the interview.
Ahmadiyyah News, I'm John.
And it's my closing joke. Okay. 1998, I'm doing this joke, and so I had already done comedian, and that Shay. Right. Go on to take aim at Cedric the Entertainer, who recently was a guest on Club Shay. Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice. Right. It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke. Okay. 1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. If you remember, back in 2021, while being interviewed for the Morning Hustle podcast, Katt would reveal that Cedric the Entertainer had stolen one of his early jokes in his career, only to use it as his closing bit in the 2000 concert film, The Original Kings of Comedy. Now, the joke in question, when looking at the stand-up comedy movie, features Cedric talking about how white people plan on going to outer space, leaving all black people behind. From there, Cedric talks about how black people would be in outer space, reenacting how black people would drive a space shuttle. As Katt's early claims would catch wind and soon become viral, Cedric had no choice but to hop on Instagram Live shortly after to deny any theft on his end. Now, interestingly enough, in November 2022, Sharp would host Cedric the Entertainer on Club Shay. There, Cedric called the claims ridiculous because the timeline didn't match up. Flash forward to January 2024, Katt Williams is now sitting on the couch across from Shannon Sharp. Back when Cedric was a guest on Club Shay, he confirmed with Sharp that he's seen Katt many times since then, and he never brought this up. Well, during his own conversation with Shannon Sharp, Katt would explain an explanation for that. Him and Steve Harvey already apologized to me, and I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times and he didn't do? As I stand before you, Shannon, I would have busted Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these. Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here looking like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He
said he's over here looking like a walrus. Hold on. This is all so nefarious. Now I'm going to show you all the joke they say Cedric stole. But in the meantime, I want to hear the clip of Katt saying all of this about him. Hold on. Everyone, please get those likes up. And I want you all to pay attention. You see, this is why I go in on people when they copy my talking points. Yeah, and then when they try to copy me and then want to lie, like wig number 2, okay, the fake Nancy Drew. Hey, that rhymes. Wig number 2, the fake Nancy Drew. Okay, sitting up here trying to act like the queen was copying her, honey, but I've shown you the proof and receipts multiple times, and I'll continue to do so every time I catch her copying the queen. Because here's what people do. You see, these bigger comedians, if they feel like someone is a smaller comedian and doesn't have that much of a fan base yet, or they're just starting out, they'll absolutely steal their material because they're the bigger comedian. And rappers do it too. Okay, remember when XXXTentacion accused Drake of stealing his stuff? All right, so did Soulja Boy. So I just want you all to pay attention because this is what people do when they think they can get away with it because they have a larger platform than you. Just like wig number 2, because see, she's not shadow banned because she doesn't talk about anything serious, anything significant. All she does is gossip. Now, we all gossip every now and then, but she doesn't talk about any revolutionary things like the queen does, okay? She doesn't talk about any serious social injustice interview or issues. And so when you talk about those things, you're likely to be shadow banned. And that's why she has a bigger platform at the end of the day. But so she thinks she can come over and steal my stuff and then twist it around and lie and say I copied her. So when they see her using the same thing I'm using, they'll just obviously think that she got it. So that's why I'm going to keep calling her out. All right, that's why. And so this stuff like this really annoys me. Even when you go to college, if you get caught copying someone else's stuff and trying to pass it off as yours, you can get expelled, kicked out. It's called plagiarism. Now, there's a whole lot of that goes on. And so that's why they said Cedric's out here stealing jokes, because there's a lot of these comedians that do that because they're lackluster. And a lot of these comedians didn't get to where they are because they're so funny. They got to where they are because they bent over and touched their toes. That's why some of them got to where they are. And the rest of them, well, I'm not saying all of them, of course, but I'm saying the ones that you see, they're absolutely are not funny and they're just goofy and silly and they shuck and jive. Well, they get to where they are for bending over, touching those toes, and for wearing dresses. Please pay attention. Now, so let me show this clip of this alleged stolen joke.
He gonna walk up and introduce himself, Child Johnson, man. Everybody around here call me Abomination, though. Everybody around here call me Abomination. It's fine. You call me that. Don't even worry about it. Everybody call me Abomination. Everybody call you Abomination. Yeah, everybody in the whole city call me Abomination. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. You call me that. Don't even worry about it. Abomination. This is what everybody call. Yeah, everybody call me that, man. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right. So all week long, my ass talking about Abomination. What up, boy? Hey, Abomination, you gonna run, come over here and watch the game with us later on? Hey, Abomination, run to the store, grab some beer, come on back. My cousin said, what you calling him? Abomination? He said, everybody call him Abomination. It's all right for me to call him that. Like, no, man, his name's CJ. He's saying you can call me by my initials. That's what he said.
The only way that I can answer that question is by telling the Abomination story. It's a true story. See, there was this white family lived in Mississippi, and they had this man who worked for them occasionally named Abomination. Now, he did various small jobs for them on and off for about a week. One night, he had just finished bartending a party, and the lady of the house realized that she didn't have any money. So she said to him, Abomination, I want to write you a check, but I don't know how to spell Abomination. And he said, well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. See, when I came to work for you, I told you my name, and then I said, but you can call me by my initials.
Okay, so you all see that clearly a lifted joke. Okay, clearly a lifted joke. And then the thing that people like that do once they get caught with the thievery, they'll sit there and lie and deny till the end and act as though they haven't done anything. Okay, that's what they'll do. Please pay attention. Now I'm going to play Katt talking about Steve Harvey and Cedric.
As it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Rickey Smiley was going to play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the book?
I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
And here's the other thing. Doesn't line up. This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom that I'm going to be funnier than.
Okay, I don't want to miss the part about Steve. Hold on, let me back it up just a little bit. Okay.
What he told everybody was Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's the unbelievable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie. So that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store. or do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best line up in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star.
Let me tell you all something real quick. When he says he hated on Bernie Mac, do you all remember that? When Bernie Mac got the role in Ocean's 11, I think it was, and then they say Steve and his producer or his agent or one of them, they went to sit down with the producers of the movie and were trying to convince them to put Steve in there. Now, this is allegedly, but this is definitely what was said, right? They said that Steve and his agent or somebody went and sat down with the producers trying to convince them to put Steve in the role rather than Bernie Mac because they said Steve was more popular and all of that. I want y'all to make it make sense. Now, we all know good and darn well Steve was not better than Bernie Mac, but let me continue.
30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way you. I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened, it's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Rickey Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Rickey Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories?
Ooh, honey, I absolutely cannot. Katt went all the way in. I'm sorry, but this is no longer Beyonce's internet. This is Katt Williams' internet, honey. Pay attention. It's all crazy. He said Cedric's comedy specials are not even on Tubi. queen voice. He is a liar that is lying. Jet Black said, Corey Holcomb said Earthquake can't read. This is all crazy, but hold on. But wait, there's more. All right, so I went and dug this up for you guys. I went and dug this up for your entertainment. Now, this is Katt Williams going in again. Now, there's a couple of words in here I'm going to try to bleep out. I'm going to try to, I didn't edit this. I'm just playing it off the internet, but I'm going to try to pause it on those words and scoot past them if I can do so, because YouTube will put a little highlighted blue notification under the video. So anyway, let me share my screen so you all can see this, because Katt been telling us about these devils. Pay attention, okay? This is like a 4-minute clip. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Let's get into it.
Katt Williams, Black Tree. Take one of one.
Controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online about Kevin Hart wearing a dress in the SNL skit, and Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that, and what do you think about that whole Illuminati about that?
I'm gonna scoot past that word
that people could put out there about that.
Well, thanks for that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Ahmadiyyah in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati. Are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times.
Right.
I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
All right. How do you handle that? Because they put your name in the press with a lot of rumors and a lot of situations that they try to put on Katt Williams. Do you feel ever the need to I got to go defend this and put out a story about who I am, or do you just let that kind of roll off your back when
as you can see, I've let it all go for quite some time, and a lot of that is just based upon the fact that I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but I'm concrete in all things because of he who strengthens me. So that doesn't mean I always make the right decisions, but I am going to stand by what I stand for. And I'm only continuing to do it because I was looking for somebody who was doing it instead of me. and I just must have missed them. You know what I mean? So at some point, you have to figure out what example are you trying to be. If it's just gonna be you gonna make it and live happily ever after and go off into the sunset, then that's what that is. Otherwise, you're on the front line of this battle. And those of us who understand that this is a part of what comes with it.
All right.
As an entrepreneur, as a creator.
Okay, so let me say this. Katt keeps it real. And here's the thing. You do get hate when you call people out, when you air people out, and when you speak so, and you do so truthfully. And here's the thing. A lot of people don't like the truth being spoken about them. So when people speak the truth, they'll say, oh, they're just hating. Telling the truth about a person is not hating. That's just the truth. What happens is when someone is lying on you or about you, now that's hate, because that's what haters do. Just like the hater who said that I copied her. Yeah, and I keep bringing it up because I know she's watching and listening, okay? Seeing what else she can try to steal. So that all being said, when people lie on you, that's a hater. People speaking the truth on you, that doesn't have anything to do with hate. People just tell the truth because that's what it is, okay? The truth doesn't have anything to do with hate, except for the people who don't want the truth being told. That's how that goes. That's how that goes. So with that all being said, now I'm going to go back and revisit that interview that Katt Williams did on V103 when he and Wanda Smith got into it, because I never liked Wanda Smith, and she got fired too. I never liked Wanda Smith. She's always been a hater. She's always had people that would come on the show, and then she would say little disparaging things or try to crack little lame jokes, because she was never funny to me. And she would say little things to certain people, but for other people, she would kiss their butt. So I guess Katt was one of the people that she didn't really like. And the funny thing is, when they came to the radio show that morning, it was Katt and the guy named Red. I don't remember his name. His name is Red something. The light-skinned guy that played in First Sunday. Okay, with Katt and Ice Cube and Rickey Smiley. Now, and by the way, that's the movie that Katt said Rickey wore the dress in. Pay attention, okay? Because he said he'd never do another movie with Rickey Smiley unless Rickey wore a dress. And they were both in that movie, and Rickey had on a dress. So who do y'all think is lying? Another thing, I didn't play all of Rickey's comments or all of his commentary when he was talking about that part as well. So maybe I'll go back to that, because he was actually trying to explain that. And he started bringing up all these other comedians that wore dresses. That doesn't make it any better. It just looks like y'all just wore dresses because that's what you were told to do. That's what it looks like. Okay? That's what it looks like. So with that all been said, I'm going to go to that footage. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Okay, here we go. And this is the full clip. Oh, and what I was going to say was the guy Red who played in the movie, I actually believe, if I remember correctly, that he was the one that came there for an interview, and that Katt came to support him is what I think I recall. But Wanda started trying to go in on Katt for whatever reason. I mean, I guess out of hate. Queen Fab said, I knew Wanda at the start of her career. I went to a show she did, and only 20 people were in the audience. All she did was try to heckle, no jokes. Yeah, she's never been funny. She has never been funny. That's one lady I could never stand, okay? Never. At the end of the day. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please get the likes up. Thank you in advance. Here we go.
Made some. You got the best spaghetti. You got the best steak. What do you have?
As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget, you can make whatever is necessary.
I
with
said
7,
what they like.
Excuse me.
I said what do they like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
You answer the question and just tell me.
Man, you're a strong black woman. Is it okay for me to answer?
Come on.
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like me a little bit. It's starting to bleed over the airwaves.
It is.
Oh, really?
I want to let everybody know that Wanda got some lipstick on right now with enough glitter for the 4th of July.
That's right. Kissable lips.
How many kids you got, Wanda?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple?
Hmm?
Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Wanda knows she.
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you
Well,
didn't.
that's right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Your boys say, yeah.
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me does it say heat up water?
Shut up.
That's the only step in broccoli. Heat up water.
Whatever.
Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
You don't know nothing about.
You know what her second meal they love from it? What I do with corn.
Whatever.
I like to get it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatarain's. They don't expect that. I sprinkle Zatarain's on my
great
corn.
cook.
Whatever. Yes, ma'am. You good at heating stuff up.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Yes, ma'am, and getting out to tell you. But I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right. True.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show. I know I'll be there. Don't miss it.
Red Grant, Katt Williams, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah.
Because Frank Ski puts it down.
That's right. Get on out here with your crazy ass.
Is he crazy?
And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is kind of.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't?
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Come here.
While you on air.
Come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry. Ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay?
Only one of our hands moving while we talk.
Are you all right this morning? Are you okay?
Red Grant, Atlanta Comedy.
Tell Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig.
And make sure
that wig and the headphones come together.
Them old ass clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
Versace, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
She said,
Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. This is your 2019 summer line that hasn't come out.
But you had to open it up and show us it was Versace. I wanted to.
No, I didn't have to open it up. These people are on radio. They can't see anything.
Yeah, but you opened it up so we could see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, happy
whatever store is for the Black Lane Bryant.
That's right. That's right. Very proud.
Okay, let's play some music real quick if we can. We going to a break real quick?
Very
all right,
proud.
cool. We go to a break.
Shout outs to Forever 21.
Yeah.
Necklace Collection.
That's right. Shout out.
They don't remember me for wilding out, right? I'm not the right one to Jones on.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600.
Whatever, little mama.
I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
and what are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
Yes,
big in
ma'am.
prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay.
Calm
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No, $12.
No.
That all is available. If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Katt and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Hurry up, little mama. We're done.
You already used that one. Don't repeat your jokes, fresh comment.
Go ahead. We'll go to
Get
break.
your ass out of here.
Now he roasted her, and she consequently later she got fired. Now they say that she got her husband to go and try to confront Katt. Do you all remember that? Did you all hear about it? How her husband went to confront Katt Williams and there was a gun involved. It was all so nefarious. See, she was sitting there laughing like she thought it was funny, but her feelings were hurt. But she brought it on herself. And I want you all to pay attention how someone will start saying disparaging things about someone like it's a joke, but it's really what they actually mean, okay? People hide their hatred behind smiles very often, okay? And that's exactly what she was doing. She was butthurt and bent out of shape. She was sorry because she's had a lackluster career and Katt's popping, and she just couldn't stand it. Now, she sat there and tried to clown him, calling him a convict, talking about his clothes, and trying to talk about his hair. Girl, sit down somewhere when you're wearing weaving wigs, okay? At the end of the day, he roasted her for filth, and it was effortlessly when he did it. And she was clearly pressed. That's why she had to go run to her husband and try to get him to confront Katt. And her husband's a big old dude. And like I said, there was a gun involved. Please pay attention, okay? Yeah, she got fired after that, too. So, I'm sorry, who really lost? She lost more than that round of Dirty Dozens. Oh, so sad. That crazy bitch Eric said, not weaving wigs. Now, I'm not trying to clown anybody who wears weaving wigs, but all I'm saying is if you do wear weaving wigs, it would behoove you not to try to clown someone who has natural hair, because that's not going to ever turn out good. Please pay attention. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. That's just not going to turn out good. So she should have kept that to herself, okay? Because he made her look real stupid. He was throwing that same shite she was spitting back at her. Yes, cocoa marshmallows, and she couldn't take it. But see, isn't that how most haters are? I want you all to pay attention to something. Name a hater that is ever doing better than the person they're hating on. I'll wait. I will wait. Name a person that's a hater that's ever doing better than the person they're hating on. That's never the case. But like I said, when people tell the truth about people, that's when the people that are being exposed will say, oh, they're hating. Y'all remember how I exposed Wig for filth with all the proof, facts, and receipts from the FBI's website, numerous other websites, all her criminal history, all the BS that she'd been lying about. And what'd she say? Oh, she's hating. Hating on what? This is the truth. The only thing that was hated on was the truth. She was hating on that. Okay, me telling on you, me exposing you for a liar and a fraud, that's not hate, honey. That's just facts. Okay? The facts speak for themselves. There's no need to have hate involved. Pay attention. Now, if I start lying on you, then you can say I'm hating. But I don't need to lie, honey, because the truth is good enough. Pay attention. So anyway, that was all nefarious. And then he said she was getting out of breath even on the radio. I'm sorry, but he wrote her for filth. And see, here's the thing. These comedians that are coming out responding, well, that lets you know they feel some type of way. Kevin put the laughing emojis, but really, he was butthurt because everything Katt said about all of them was absolutely the truth. There was no lies detected. Kevin said that he would never wear a dress, and then he wore a dress. How do you explain yourself? How do you explain yourself? But hold on, let me let you all hear what Rickey Smiley said. I almost forgot. So this is where Rickey responds to the part about him wearing a dress. I mean, he sounded like he tried to tell a little sad story, if you ask me. But hey, that's just my opinion. Sounded like he was telling sad stories. You know, if I had to wear a dress just to put food on the table and all this and that. Honey, we could do a lot of things to put food on the table. But that doesn't mean that we should do them. Please make it all make sense. Don't try to explain that away by acting like that's all you could do to put food on the table, because clearly there were other things you could have done besides wearing a dress.
Me playing Bernice Jenkins, that's something that David called me personally. David and Lynn are fans and have been fans of my work for a long time. And it was like, we want you to play Bernice Jenkins, and you know, and here you go. And that's what happened. And I went out there and shot that in one day, me and Red Grant. And that was a lot of fun. Right. And it had nothing to do with Katt Williams' contract or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Katt. Definitely disappointed that you have to get on the air and explain something like this. But you know, that's the truth, and I don't know what else to say. So there.
Let me say this real quick. Someone just put in the chat that he said Kevin Hart was an industry plant. I didn't see who said it. Hold on, let me go back. Tawana says he said Kevin Hart was an industry plant. Well, that would make sense if true. Okay, I believe it because that would make sense. You see, that's why I believe, this is my opinion, but I believe that's why they work so hard to cover up his nefariousness. And I believe that's why when he's in danger of being exposed and someone's going to tell the truth about him, that's why he comes out with these extortion allegations. That's exactly why I think he does that, because I believe that he absolutely is an industry plant. Okay, and they're going to do what they can to protect those people. Another thing I also believe is that Dusty, Red, and Sukiyana are also industry plants. These people are a detriment to our community at the end of the day. But sadly, some of us will never wake up to the fraud, and some of us will never realize the truth. And when people try to tell us, they don't want to listen. Okay, some of us just don't want to listen. I absolutely believe that he is an industry plant. That makes all the sense. Okay, that's why that would likely be a good explanation for why he has a whole lawsuit against Tasha K for simply doing what gossip bloggers do.
And there's not much else to say. You know, it's indisputable that Katt played that role, killed it, built an entire career out of that one role that all of us look at and go, wow, that's absolutely amazing. But it's also indisputable. You were auditioning for Money Mike. We were told you had the role. You just had to read one more time, and then that switched up.
And the crazy thing about it is we had a conversation when it came out. He said a lot of this 12 years ago, and we had a conversation because I was on 14th Street in Atlanta, right by the Four Seasons Hotel, and I was driving down the street with my girl.
Now I want you to pay attention to something. Listen closely. I want you all to pay attention. Now, when Rickey's telling this part of the story, notice how he said all of this about 12 years ago. And I was on 4th Street driving past the Four Seasons Hotel. Now, what is the purpose of him telling us all of those details? Well, because he wants us to hear that so that we believe every bit of this story is authentic. Now, I'm not saying that it isn't. It likely is. But the only reason he's adding those very detailed points, talking points, is to ensure that people believe that this is all the truth. Because 12 years ago, how many people remember exactly what street they were on and what they were passing at the time of a said occurrence? So that's why he's doing that. He brought up that it was 12 years ago as well. Pay attention.
In the car, and I saw Katt Williams going across the street on 14th Street, and I said, Katt, what's up? Whatever. I just wanted to make sure we was good. He said, come over and have a cup of coffee with me, because he was walking over to Starbucks. And I went over and he went in there and got the coffee. We was chopping it up or whatever. Just didn't even really talk about the issue or whatever. I said, hey, man, I want you to come out and say hello to my granddad. My granddad is a fan. He came out to the truck. I'll never forget, I was in my Ford F-150, and I came out and spoke to my granddad. He hugged my granddad and wished him well. My granddad was like, keep doing what you're doing, young man. My granddad was living at the time. It was just me and my granddaddy in the truck, and we dapped it up, and that was it. I mean, that was it, and I thought that we were good. I didn't know that we had any issues, and if there are any issues or if there's anything that I've done, not only to Katt Williams, to anybody, I apologize, and I'm not perfect. I made mistakes, but I did. That's just the honest to God truth. And I did audition for what I auditioned for, and I'm glad that the producer.
Let me say one more thing too. When people are telling a story after they've been accused of something, I want y'all to listen good. When people are telling a story after they've been accused of something, or someone has said something about them that they're trying to debunk, and they say things like, I'm not perfect, I've made mistakes. That's how you know they did exactly what they're being accused of. I just want y'all to pay attention. I'm not perfect, I make mistakes. That, to me, is an admission of guilt. Because as soon as you say that, I'm pretty sure that you did what the person's accusing you of. Isn't that what Bishop T.D. Jakes also said? I'm not perfect. And even if it was all true, I've already been covered by the blood. It's already been forgiven. First of all, is that what we're supposed to really believe? They still teaching y'all that in church? That whatever you do, don't worry about it because you're covered by the blood. So that means everyone can just go around sinning and being nefarious. If that's the case. If that's the case, if all you have to do is go do some dirt, no matter what the dirt is, and then come back and say, hey, I'm covered by the blood. I already asked God to forgive me. So if that's how it worked, everyone could just do all the dirt they wanted. Okay, please pay attention. And if that were true, why would we need people like pastors Why would we need priests? Why would we need churches if that is how it worked? Well, because that's not how it works. Pay attention.
That decision. And let me address all of the things with Gary. You can help me out with this because, you know, comedy greats like Flip Wilson played Geraldine. Richard Pryor played some roles on his show. Jamie Foxx played Wanda. Martin played Shanae. I did. Bernice Jenkins, Tyler Perry did. Ahmadiyyah. It's a lot of comics and a lot of comedy greats that did characters for the sake of funny, for entertainment, for the sake of the laugh. And it has nothing to do with nobody's comfortable in the role. Nobody wants to put on a damn dress or comfortable in it, you know. That has nothing to do with my manhood being lessened for trying to play a role and trying to put food on the table for my family. Because I grew.
It's a prop. It's nothing more than a prop. It's nothing more than.
He said that had nothing to do, and he was trying to put food on the table for his family. And then he went on to name a myriad of other comedians, black like him, who also wore dresses. Well, that doesn't make it any better. Does he think that makes it any better? Because all these other comedians did it first. That doesn't make it any better. That just shows that you don't have the kahunas to stand up for yourself like Katt Williams did and said, hey, listen, I don't want to play a black man that gets draped without the D in a movie. That's not funny if it happens to anybody. That's not comedy. So can we just not have that? That's what you do. That's about morals, principles, and integrity and dignity. And it does have something to do with your manhood as far as I'm concerned. Because if you're not a gay man and they're asking you to wear a dress and you don't want to, but you're too afraid, too desperate for the money to stand up for yourself, that says a whole lot about your manhood. Because I was told that men are supposed to stand up for what they believe in and to speak out loud and bold. Not to cower and not to do what someone tells them to do just because they're afraid to stick up their chest and hold their head up and speak out. So yeah, that does have something to do with your manhood as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I'm not saying it doesn't make you heterosexual, but what I'm saying is it absolutely has something to do with your manhood. Okay, just like people were saying when that man grabbed Terry Crews, and people were saying, well, like D.L. Hughley said, well, why didn't he knock him out? He got all these muscles and this and that. Because people looked at him like, you're a big dude. Why didn't you stand up for yourself? So that absolutely has something to do with your manhood, Rickey Smiley. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, beloved Ed. Okay? And just because other people before you put on a dress, well, then if other people before you put on a dress, why did you have to put one on? Like Dave Chappelle said, if everybody else has already done it, then there's no need to keep rehashing it and keep redoing it, right? Let's do something different. That's what you could have said, but no, you didn't. They asked you to play this old woman, and that's what you did. That's what you did. We've seen it a dozen times. Why do we need to see it a dozen more? Why do we need to keep seeing it? Make it all make sense. And then he wants us to really think that doesn't have any bearing on your manhood. Of course it does, and they know it does. That's why they ask you to do it in the first place. Either stand for something or fall for anything, period. That's how that goes. That's how that goes. Desi Dad said Rickey did it for the love of money. That's what many people do. And you see, that's what people know, that some people will do almost anything, and in some cases, they will absolutely do anything for money. What did Steve Harvey tell Monique when Monique was telling him why she wouldn't go on the free promotional tours for Precious? She wanted to be paid. And what did Steve tell her? We're black out here. This ain't about money. This ain't about integrity. I can't let my integrity make me lose my money. I got to look out for my kids and my legacy. Isn't that what Steve Harvey said? Didn't he pretty much say, so what he was really saying, if you peel back the layers of the onion, is that his integrity is for sale. Well, I'll take that back. It's already been sold. Because where is it at now? Clearly he doesn't have any. Because he was letting Monique know that he did what he had to do to get the money. Forget about integrity. We can't worry about integrity when it comes to money. That's what he said. He sounds like a prostitute. You can't, he done pimped himself out. You mean to tell me you'll get rid of your integrity just to make money? Yeah, sadly, Many people would. Many people would. Because it's the love of money, not like people mistakenly say, money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. And that's what a lot of people will do. They'll do anything for it. And Steve Harvey already let us know that he's one. Even if you think back to a joke that he used to tell when he was doing stand-up. Steve Harvey, that is. He said in a whole joke that he would do anything for money. Do y'all remember that? I can't remember the exact joke or how he told it, but he specifically was talking about doing something crazy for money. Something that most people would not even admit to doing. So yeah, at the end of the day, why would anyone be jealous of those type of people? They probably think that, you know, or want us to think that Katt Williams envies them because they're not blackballed and they have all this money. They're more popular than him. So they think. I don't really think that any of them are more popular than Katt Williams. They may have more money than him, but that's because they're willing to do a whole lot more for that money than Katt Williams has ever been willing to do. Okay? And that's why they get mad when they're called out on it. See, if people are saying things about you that are the truth and you don't like it and you want to resist it, well, that just goes to show that you're nothing but a liar. Okay? That's all that is. You're a liar. And why are you lying? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Okay? So it is what it is at the end of the day. And some of these people, just like he said, you know, they align themselves with certain people because some of them are gatekeepers. Some of them work together in unison and in groups so they can get other people blackballed and blacklisted. Think about when Monique said she was blackballed. Who did she say did it? Who did she name as being involved? She said Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah. Now, I want you all to pay attention to that because here's the thing. Those are all other black people. You see, we sit up here and talk about racism all the time, but sometimes it be your own people, the very people who look like you. When Monique was talking about being blackballed and those who were speaking all this stuff about her and saying that she was so difficult to work with, she said Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah. That's who she said. Now, who did Taraji P. Henson just say that she was about to walk off the set from? Wasn't that Oprah's Color Purple? So then I think someone was telling me, and I can't verify this because I just heard this through hearsay, but someone said something along the lines of that Oprah or somebody tried to say it was Steven Spielberg's project or whatever, or that it was him who was in charge of this stuff. Well, no matter who was in charge of it above Oprah, if it's true, at the end of the day, Oprah being a whole billionaire and being such a prominent figure in Hollywood, you don't think she could have stuck up for Taraji and the other people? You don't think she could have said, hey, listen, Taraji's worth more than this. You need to pay her at least this. You don't think she could have done that? Just like when they asked her about her friend Harvey Weinstein, and she said, oh, if we spend our time on Harvey, then the moment will be lost. Because she didn't want to talk trash about her friend Harvey. So just like she didn't want to talk down on him, she could have easily spoken up for Taraji. And here's the thing. How you know Oprah is so fake and fraud? If you remember when they were doing that whole Color Purple tour and everything, Oprah sat up there and acted like she didn't even know Taraji could sing. Remember that? She said, yeah, we didn't know Taraji could sing. Girl, sit down somewhere. Taraji was on the Oscar-winning song for Hustle and Flow. It's hard out here for a pimp. What are you talking about? She sang it in the movie. And didn't she even sing it at the Oscars? Like, sit down somewhere. Okay, she is all fraud. Kilroy said Gil Scott Heron. Now, that's funny you bring him up because me and my boyfriend were just talking about him the other day because that's the same guy who said the revolution will not be televised. Because that's what we were talking about. We were talking about the revolution and how it absolutely won't be televised. And I know that goes over a lot of people's heads. They don't know what that exactly means at the end of the day. These fraternities and sororities push out the worst, please. Oh, yeah, I absolutely do. I believe that these fraternities and sororities they very often, and I'm not going to say everyone that's in a frat or sorority, but some of these people in them are nothing but shuck, jiving, tap dancing, and tiptoeing around the tulips, okay, raccoons. Yeah, that's what a lot of them are. Not all, but a lot. Pay attention. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you already have subscribed, please be sure to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, because you all know how the queen is shadow banned. All right. So I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoyed this live, and I will talk to you all again soon. I hope you enjoy the rest of this lovely day. And until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got